Project Eden's Garden's case is one of many in not only fangames but in any type of project in general. Whether their cancelment be for a situation like PEG's or greed, commitment, budget or else, the Project Eden's Garden situation is truly one of the most unfortunate. We'll be looking at its situation and what it could have been. Project Eden's Garden is a Danganronpa fan game. Inspired by the former's game structure and mechanics, it presents completely original and unique characters, creating a new experience to the loved format. The team uploaded their first promotional trailer video in January 2021, managing to amass over 2 million views. Their fanbase grew exponentially, and they continued their success by uploading the game's prologue that managed to acquire over 250,000 downloads. Famous big personalities in the Danganronpa sphere tried the game out. It even managed to reach renowned YouTubers, which only had positive input on the game's performance. An official Discord server was created, surpassing 10,000 members, alongside a subreddit of over 32,000 members, where fans discussed theories, future death orders, and predictions. Needless to say, Project Eden's Garden was most certainly an unprecedented case in the fangame sphere, the biggest Danganronpa known to date, with hundreds of thousands of active supporters on their socials, with statistics that even outside the Danganronpa fangame sphere managed to hold their own and even be considered exceptionally large for a typical viral indie game. With this much success, this many fans, this much appeal, this much work put into it, and all the marks checked for definite completion and ever-growing popularity, one can only wonder, how could it collapse this catastrophically and so rapidly? March 2026, Faza, voice actor of Mark Bursky in the game, is exposed to be a predator. He was exposed having groomed a 15-year-old girl while being around 19 to 20, coerced the victim into lying about the age gap to family and friends, while also finagling the victim into giving him amounts of money. His actions having taken place well before the release of the prologue meant Saze, lead writer of the project, knew about it all and decided to omit the information and proof for 4 long years, deciding to protect the groomer instead of the victim. In fact, she wasn't the only one. In April 2026, Takumari, director of the project, would come to be exposed as being aware of the same exact facts and eschew the whole situation, probably to avoid giving the project and team any kind of negative reputation. They would soon come to regret this choice, as everything came crashing back down onto them. PEG's case would be described as extreme self-handicapping. While many projects suffer from their own creators developing massive egos and preemptively self-sabotage themselves, PEG's case is the total opposite, as Taiko's actions were to directly avoid and redirect any type of potential failure or reputational harm. Taiko's actions cannot be excused in any ways. However, it is a fact that they were one of the most hardworking individuals of the project. In private messages, we come to find out PEG had become a part of themselves, something that they could not let fail, a harmony that could not be disrupted in any way, shape, or form, leading to the succession of events that ultimately led to its downfall. Their devotion created a paradoxical situation. The more they worked to safeguard the project, the more rigid and fragile it became, leaving it vulnerable to collapse when external pressures inevitably struck. While Soze's actions either fall directly into the realms of extreme stupidity or close to what Taiko felt, cases like this happen often and projects fall because of the directors themselves. Ultimately, Taiko's devotion and obsessive desire to protect the integrity of Project Eden's Garden became its own undoing. Project Eden's Garden would probably still have a future with a Chapter 2 coming on the way. Instead, its life was cut short by its biggest supporter. Thank you for watching, and I invite you to sign the petition for Faza's blacklisting of his studio. The link will be in the description. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until we see each other again, ciao.